Welcome back. We've got the oil is changed. Whenever I change the oil, I try and give the interior a bit of a wipe down and a vacuum. We're going to be rotating the tires. On the oil change video, I touched briefly on greasing the chassis, ball joints, tie rod ends. We'll get a little bit better look at that when we rotate these tires. Trying to up the game a bit here with these little videos, so I'm wired for sound. I'm using this guy from Amazon. It's the Alvoxcon. When I did the oil change video, I had to delete and reshoot a bunch because the sound was terrible. We're going to give it another shot today with the tire rotation. For the tire rotation, we're going to be doing back to front, front to back. Well, quick throw the stands underneath, we're not going to release the jack. For this job, we're going to use one of the few tools that I have that is not completely obsolete and out of date. It's the DeWalt CF8 99, and damn is it handy. So the tires are doing a little bit of cupping on the inside. Nothing terrible. So on the Ranger, we've got the General Ultimax RTs. Tread is pretty good. I think I've got about 35,000 miles on these. Stay. So when I put these back on, I like to do a scatter pass. When I bought Ruby the Ranger, she was at about 63,000 miles and had sat for 12 years. And the upper and lower ball joints had, well, they were dried out and shot. I was surprised how bad it was. I had my guy replace the rear springs because one was broken. And he said, hey, you're probably going to need to do some stuff with that front suspension. So in the kit, I got a complete upper control arm. Does not have a Zerk on it though. Yesterday when we talked during the oil change video, I said I was going to grease the ball joints. There you can see the lower ball joint and the tie rod end. I also replaced the wheel bearings at that point. Well, I hope you enjoyed the intermission for the display of ball joints and tie rod ends. When I bought Ruby, she had the factory 14-inch wheels and tiny tires. So I called her friends at the Tire Rack. TireRack.com. You could have a banner here in the workshop, even though it's mostly not automotive related. Now we'll pull out the stands. Set her down. So as you saw earlier, we tighten the lugs down with the impact wrench. I like to take the breaker These are supposed to be torqued to about 100 pounds. I like to go around and give it a yay much as 100 pound. I like to do the staggered runaround program like this. I don't know if there's an actual name for this sort of thing, but that should be in good shape. My torque wrench is kind of a POS. Bought this at Sears before they went kaput. Set at 100 pounds. Doesn't have the nice positive click, just has kind of a breakaway. Going to be doing the same on this side. I think one of the best inventions that I've seen in tool development, or one of the things that I really admire, is the extensions designed to go between your socket and the impact wrench, or some of them have the socket built in. It's an extension, a torque yield extension. Once you've reached 100 foot-pounds of torque, your tool just stalls out. Very, very handy. Downtown Julie Brown. Torque wrench. The last thing I do, I've changed the oil, I've greased the chassis, I cleaned out the inside, I've rotated the tires. Now we make sure they're all filled properly with the little jobby. On tires, they've always got the little, all this writing all the way around. Lots and lots of writing. I better get this done quickly. This microphone thing chews up the batteries very quickly. So we've got 30 pounds. I usually like to run 35 in the rears, 32 in the front.